it's been announced, it's confirmed, Legends of the Hidden Temple is coming back. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
It's a me,
Dario!
Woohoo! Let's go!
Alright, just to address the elephant in the room, yes, I did see Rise of Skywalker earlier today. Yes, I have a lot of thoughts on it. Yes, my head hurts because of them. I'm not going to say how I feel about it one way or the other. Right now there's a review embargo on it. It'll be done by midnight, so I will talk about it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll give you my spoiler-free review of Rise of Skywalker, okay? Because there are some spoilers there. There are a lot of spoilers out there. I highly recommend that you watch this movie quickly. But, again, I'll talk about it tomorrow. Before I forget, let me just give you a quick reminder. You can listen to the podcast everywhere. iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, Google Podcast, Podcast Addict, everywhere as Super Dario World Podcast. You can also follow me on Instagram at Dario the Show, at Super Dario World, or follow me on Facebook as Super Dario World. All right, now I got that out of the way, and I actually want to talk about a couple of things that I'm excited for. I saw the new Top Gun trailer, Maverick. It looks pretty good. Honestly, I was never the biggest Top Gun guy when I was little, because I guess I saw it when I was very little. I didn't really get what it was about, and I was never a plane guy. I was more of an animal dinosaur guy. That's what I liked. I like Transformers, stuff like that. I didn't really care for motorized vehicles. But I've grown to appreciate it as I've gotten older. And actually, we got to talk with some of the dudes that worked on the movie. Once it's cool, he came to do a presentation for us. And we learned a fun fact. It turns out that while they were making the movie, since back then Tom Cruise wasn't really this is a fun fact, by the way. Since Tom Cruise really wasn't a big star back then, they needed to find a way to sell the movie a little bit more. So it's like, we got this young buck here. Well, what can we do? What can we do to sell this movie a little bit more? And so they decided to make it sexier. And so they added the volleyball scene. And that's why it doesn't really make sense in the timeline of the movie. But they had to add that movie in order for them to try to sell it a little bit more to audiences. So there you go. One of Thor's favorite scene and one of the most iconic films in cinema. The volleyball scene in Top Gun. And it was put in last moment. It wasn't even the script. It was just from the marketing people that needed to find a way to sell the freaking movie. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Anyway, the trailer looks pretty interesting. I'm excited for it. I like it when they let characters age, because sometimes they like to pretend they're not that old or anything, or they're not washed up a little. Here, I like the fact that it still makes sense why Mab still got it, why he's not a washed up loser, why he's still Maverick. At least from what I saw in the trailer, it looks very interesting. You can tell that they're hiding a lot, but it looks really cool. Overall, it looks really cool. Honestly, I want to rewatch the original Top Gun just so that I can get back and understand how things worked. So, because honestly, I don't remember, but I like that Jennifer Connelly's in it too. So let's see. I think she was in the original too. I don't even know what I'm saying, but yeah, it looks interesting. That's it. It didn't look horrible. The teaser looked good. The trailer looks good, so I'm excited to see what they come up with. I also like that it was shot in San Diego. Another trailer that I saw, and this is thank you to a listener who sent me who notified me about this. There's a trailer for an upcoming DC animated movie. And now DC has been not great in the live action movies, but they've been killing the game in their animated movies. I love most of their animated movies. They've been great. And they just released a trailer of my favorite solo Superman comic book story, which is Superman Red Son, which is the story of what would have happened. It's a what-if universe, that what would have happened if Superman had landed in the Soviet Union or in Russia instead of landing in America during the Cold War. It's phenomenal. I love that storyline. It is so clever. There's different versions of almost every single character in the universe. It's great. I love it. Superman is the main character, but he's also the main antagonist. He's also the kind of like the bad guy there. It's great. Honestly, if you have a chance to read it, I highly recommend it. If not, check out the trailer. The movie, it looks faithful. Superman with a Russian accent. It sounds kind of weird, but you get it. It's fine. It's fine. I like it. I'm excited for it. They've already done my favorite Batman solo story, which is Hush, and it was great. Now they're doing my favorite Superman movie. Telling you, DC Animated Universe killing the game. Now, for the big news of the day, the big news of the day, I saw. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. I'll just read the headline. Legends of the Hidden Temple is getting a reboot with an incredible twist. So not only are they bringing it back, they're giving it a twist. So there's a new streaming service called Quibi, and it just announced that it will be rebooting the 90s classic TV show. I believe it's, what do you call that, a game show? Was it a competition show? I'm not even sure what it was, but I loved it. Anyway, they've announced that they would be rebooting Legends of the Hidden Temple. By the way, anybody out there wondering? I like the Red Jaguars. That was my team. I like the Red Jaguars in general. Not because of the red, but because they were Jaguars. And they're very close to leopards, and I've already talked about leopards before, why I like them. Anyway, let's move on. So they announced that they're rebooting it, but here's the kicker. According to a quote from them, I'll just read the whole quotes. This new supersized, reimagined version will preserve many of the favorite original elements of the show, the moat crossing, Olmec and the temple run, but we'll see them grown up for an audience that's grown up along with them. So they're not aiming it for kids; they're aiming it for the kids who are now grown-ups that grew up watching the show, which is me. They're aiming this for me. And to read you another quote, the entire set will be taken out of the studio into a jungle and scaled up with tougher challenges and bigger prizes on the line. This is madness. I have no idea what this means. I don't know how they're going to do it in a jungle. I'm guessing it still has to be a set because otherwise people could die. But, dude. Oh, okay. I need to collect my thoughts. How would this work? Because basically it's like, all right, they're going to do an American Ninja Challenge with a 90s nostalgic twist. I guess. By the way, what the hell is this Quibi that I never heard about before? But by the way, Quibi is going to launch April 6, 2020. And this is going to be one of the first shows to premiere. But what the hell does this mean? What does this taken to a jungle and scaled up for tougher challenges? I understand that. I can understand that part perfectly. But I mean, if they have wild animals in this bitch, like I remember some of the games in this stuff. Dude, growing up, I wanted to play this game so bad. I wanted to participate. If I would have known how the hell you could sign up for one of these things, I would have done it. I would have done it in a heartbeat. It would have been awesome. Imagine you and your best friend competing in the Legends of the Hidden Temple. I actually saw it in Spanish. So for us, it was Leyendas del Templo Escondido. I loved it. It was great. Nickelodeon in the 90s, man. It was just kicking ass. You had Hey Arnold. You had the Angry Beavers. I think the Angry Beavers, Angry Beavers, that was my favorite show. SpongeBob SquarePants came way, way later. You had Doug. Oh, dude. I'm liking this trend of rebooting old shows this way. Like, they kind of tried it with the cartoons. They tried it with Rugrats all growing up. Nah, honestly, not the same thing. They could have just stuck to what was working. I don't know. This one seems interesting though because it's directly aimed. It's a game show for kids that's directly aimed for adults that have nostalgia for the 90s. Honestly, this could be really cool, or it could be really bad. If they just did the same thing, it'd be good. It's that slight modification that kind of could mess it up, but I don't know. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But anyway, that's it for today. I gotta tap out. Honestly, no joke, my head is killing me because I had a lot of stuff to process from the movie. But again, I'll discuss that tomorrow. So tomorrow, quick reminder, spoiler-free review of Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. And on Friday, I will be reviewing Chapter 7 of The Mandalorian, which comes out tomorrow again. So, again, there's been too much Star Wars this week. I don't mind it. It's been good. But I'll be talking about it a lot. So, hopefully, you like Star Wars. Otherwise, it's going to be a rough week for you. Anyway, As always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram, at SuperDario_World. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you again tomorrow.